And leaders who cultivate awareness and intuition can tap into this predictive capability intentionally, anticipating outcomes before they manifest. But here's the catch. The predictive accuracy depends on your energy, your clarity, and your mindset. If your thoughts are scattered or weighed down by limiting beliefs, your brain predicts limitations, not opportunities. So today I want to talk about something that we all have, but most of us only use a fraction of it. And you know what I'm talking about. It's our amazing brains. When you think about the human brain, it's literally a biological supercomputer, right? It's capable of feats we rarely consider. It is a goal-achieving machine. And yet, most of us are barely scratching the surface of what it can do. Today I have some facts, some cool facts that you may not know, but are important for understanding how you can change the outcomes of your life. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to see your brain and your potential as a leader in a completely new way. So, here's the first mind-blowing fact, if you will. Your brain is rewiring itself every single second. In fact, 700 new neural connections every second. Think about that. In the time it took you to hear this sentence, your brain just created several thousand new pathways. It's like having a construction crew in your head working 24/7 to rewire, building new roads, new bridges, and highways between your thoughts. Man, this phenomenon is called neuroplasticity, and it means that you are today already different from who you were yesterday. Think about that. So all these new neural pathways today, now, and then think about who you were. You're a different person. But now imagine this, because this is so powerful. Imagine if you could intentionally influence which pathways are built, focusing on, say, creativity or confidence and clarity, rather than those primal thoughts, those primal emotions like stress, doubt, and fear. That's where strategic practices around mindset, focus, and energy really come into play. And without needing a single extra hour in your day, you can reprogram your brain. So here's fact number 2. And this goes against a lot of what people talk about out there. It goes against something I used to do all the time, is that your brain cannot actually multitask. What it does is switch between tasks rapidly, creating an illusion of multitasking. But here's the good news, that your limitation is really a superpower. Your brain is designed to prioritize. It decides in a milliseconds, what deserves your attention. And that's why you can have a conversation in a noisy room or suddenly notice red cars everywhere after thinking about buying one. And as a leader, this selective attention is your ally, but it requires intentional focus and energy management. The better you control where your brain invests its resources, the more high impact decisions you can make without feeling scattered. Now, let's talk about another fact here. Let's talk about sleep. And most of us know that the brain does not shut down when you sleep. During REM, during REM sleep, your brain runs millions of simulations, testing scenarios and solving problems. Those aha moments in the shower, man, they're not random. They're the result of your brain connecting dots while you were unconscious. Imagine if you could harness that type of problem solving while awake, by being or by creating a mental state that aligns with high energy, focus, and clarity. And this is where deliberate mental routines and micro recovery practices can replicate some of the brain's natural efficiency during REM, helping you generate solutions faster and more reliably. Did you know your brain is capable of storing an estimated 2.5 petabytes of information? That's a lot. That's a ton of information. That's like 3 million hours of YouTube videos, all watched back to back in 300 years. If you do that, just make sure you watch all my videos first, okay, before you wear out. But unlike a hard drive, your brain doesn't store memories in neat little folders. They're not tabbed. Instead, it reconstructs them from time, updating them based on new experiences. This is why your personal history, your wins and joyful moments and memories, and even the lessons from setbacks are reliable tools for energy and focus if you access them intentionally. And leaders who can do this are able to leverage past experiences to accelerate learning and decision making. Wow. And as we teach in our program, reframing limiting beliefs into new powerful beliefs and stacking evidence for the new beliefs can override the neural pathways that the old beliefs had constructed, basically freeing yourself from negative patterns holding you back. Now, the next thing to consider is this. The human brain contains roughly 86 billion, 86 capital B, billion neurons, each connecting to around 7,000 others. That's more than 600 trillion connections. I mean, the information is mind-blowing, right? This information travels through this network at up to speeds of like 268 miles per hour, processing not just data, but complex emotions, memories, and abstract concepts. Your brain is a real-time supercomputer, nothing like it anywhere. AI is not even close to scratching the surface of what your brain can do. Your brain is far more capable than most leaders realize, and yet energy leaks or poor focus and limiting beliefs can slow it down dramatically. Think of throttling a Ferrari because the driver is stressed or distracted. That's what these limiting beliefs, that's what a lot of the mental noise can do. Now, perhaps one of the most fascinating facts is that your brain is a prediction machine. About 80% of its activity is dedicated to anticipating what will happen next, not just reacting to what's happening now. This predictive power allows you to catch a ball midair, anticipate decisions in a meeting, or sense risk before it becomes obvious. And leaders who cultivate awareness and intuition can tap into this predictive capability intentionally, anticipating outcomes before they manifest. But here's the catch. The predictive accuracy depends on your energy, your clarity, and your mindset. If your thoughts are scattered or weighed down by limiting beliefs, your brain predicts limitations, not opportunities. So, here's something to think about. The complexity of your neural connection actually mirrors the structure of the universe. The web of neurons in your brain, think about it. You've seen photos, you've seen pictures. The web of neurons in your brain, man, it resembles the cosmic web of galaxies, man, across the universe, across space. So what does that mean? Basically, you carry a universe inside your head, constantly expanding, reorganizing, and creating new realities with every thought. So what does all this brain science mean for you as a leader again? So let us summarize this. Number one, neuroplasticity. You need to focus. This is where you focus your energy on building neural pathways that serve your goals. Number two, remember we talked about selective attention. This is when you prioritize ruthlessly to amplify impact. Number three, dream state processing. This is where you create conscious routines that replicate the brain's natural problem solving. Number four is memory reconstruction. You're using positive, high energy memories to maintain focus and joy. Number five is the prediction capacity or capability of the brain. This is where you combine intuition with preparation to anticipate opportunities and risk. In other words, leadership isn't about tactics only, the visible 20% of success. It's also about how you manage your energy, your focus, and your mindset to leverage the brain's natural abilities. And that's what we call the invisible 80% of success. And here's the cool thing. This is where the MindFlow cycle comes in. That's the program I created. Over the years, I've worked with other high-performing leaders and business owners who felt stuck despite all the tools, the frameworks, the techniques, everything that's available out there in the public. Because what they were missing was alignment between their energy, their mindset, focus, and intuitive insight. And again, I've talked about this before, that's the invisible 80% that drives results. And that's what the MindFlow cycle was designed to help you do. It was designed to help activate cognitive energy by eliminating limiting beliefs and leverage high energy memories for focus and resilience. and basically manage attention and decision making with intention. We also build in intuition and predictive capacity practice so you can access that on demand and create flow states that amplify creativity and execution. Remember, by understanding your brain and intentionally managing the belief, thought, emotion, action cycle, you can finally unlock the full potential of your mind and your leadership. So the next time you think you're doing all you can, remember this: your brain is capable of far much more than you realize. And when you learn to harvest it, man, everything from innovation to decision making becomes faster, more aligned, and more powerful. Just think about this. What could you achieve if you tapped even 15% more of your brain's natural potential today? Comment with one insight, one thing that you're going to apply immediately to your leadership. Let me know in the comments what that is, and let's start a conversation. Now, also be sure to subscribe. It helps me spread the good word about how leadership is impacted by our beliefs, mindset, energy, and emotions. And if you want to go deeper into this work and grow your leadership or your business, check out our website at mindflowcycle.com. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay strong.